Hey RC family, thanks for stopping by today. I'm so glad you're here. Today I want to warn you about the first mistake that I made with my trail trucks after I got them and how you can avoid it. After you get your first RC truck, don't modify anything. Leave it the way it is when you pulled it out of the box. Stick around and I'll tell you why. The first mistake I made after I got each of these trucks was jumping right in and changing all kinds of stuff. And I really want you to avoid that mistake. When you get your new RC truck, leave it stock. Leave it just the way it came when you pulled it out of the box. Charge the battery, take it out, go for a ride. At the bare minimum, take it out a handful of times, driving it just the way it came from the factory. Because once you start changing stuff on the truck, if you don't already know how your truck performs in certain situations, you're not going to have any idea if the changes you made are actually helping or hurting. Don't you want to know if that money you're spending or that time you're putting in, if it's a free modification, don't you want to know if that effort and those resources are actually gaining you any benefit? Well, I cheated myself of that, especially with the Bronco here. When I got it, I changed a whole bunch of stuff before I even put a battery in it and started driving it around. I was just so excited to do all of the different modifications that I did that I never gave myself a chance to see what can this truck do on its own. And so that is what I really want to caution you against today. After you pick up that RC truck, go and play with it just the way it is. Don't worry about changing anything right away. Just go and have fun with it. Have a blast with it. See what it can do. Challenge its abilities, because then you've got a baseline so that you know what it feels like driving the truck, so that in the future when you do make changes, when you do things like add bigger tires, put a lift kit on it, make changes to the center of gravity by moving parts around and adding parts, that's going to change how the truck reacts to different situations. After you get a good feel for how it behaves, you can start thinking about what you want to do to change it, what you want to do to modify it. I'm talking about changes that affect how the truck performs off-road, because it's so easy to get caught up in all of the bling and extra things. You go to buy a truck and then you realize that, holy cow, there's a million different things I can buy to put on this thing. They're gonna make it climb every mountain. Yes, you can do all that stuff, but don't you want to know if any of that effort is actually accomplishing anything? So get to know your truck, get a feel for it before you go out there and start putting extra stuff on it to make it better. So here's a question of the day for you. If you've already got your first truck, did you drive it stock, get a feel for how it works before you added anything to it? Or were you like me and you just dove right in and changed everything? And so now you don't have any idea how it actually performed when it started. Sure, it might be awesome now, but was it less awesome before? If you're like me, you're not gonna know. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next time. It's gonna be tempting to rip all this stuff out and replace it with fancy new upgrades, but don't do it. At least not right away.